Welcome to the Creative and Ambitious Entrepreneur Podcast.
My name is Jen Clark.
And I'm Elke Clark. We are a mother-daughter team who started our Zazzle e-commerce businesses over 10 years ago and have sold $15 million and counting of products on Zazzle with our designs on them.
We had so many people asking us how we did this, so we created our signature course, the Profit by Design Academy, which teaches our 5 strategies for success on Zazzle.
When we aren't helping creative entrepreneurs just like you create profitable e-commerce businesses, we love cooking food from places all over the world that we've traveled to, jet setting to our next dream destination, spending quality time with our close friends and family, or having fun creating our next bestsellers in our Zazzle businesses.
In this podcast, we share actionable steps you, the creative, can take to make money in your e-commerce business on Zazzle. Each episode will take you one step closer to achieving freedom with your time, location, and finances.
We believe that you can have anything you dream of, as long as you work smarter, not harder. And we're here to give you the tools you need to make your dreams happen. Let's get started. Well, hey there, it's Elke.
And Jen, and welcome to another episode of the Creative and Ambitious Entrepreneur Podcast. And today we're talking about how to 3.5 times your income on Zazzle with referrals.
I love this topic. For one, means that when I make a sale with one of my products, when I drive traffic to my Zazzle store and I sell something that I've made and put that effort in, Zazzle's going to reward me with 35% extra, like affiliate income, and they call it referral income. And wow, that's huge, right? So I can do one thing of work, drive one customer, and make actually 3.5 times more just because I drove that traffic to the Zazzle platform. This is because of the new Zazzle referral program, which is called the Zazzle Promoter Program 2.0. The first one, which came out already, like it's already about 1.5 years ago, so it's not even in anyone's mind anymore, but just there is sort of that negative thought of what that used to be like, where there were so many disadvantages. But now this 2.0 version, the Zazzle Promoter Program 2.0, there are no downsides. The only thing that you need to watch out for is how to do a link. And we'll talk about that more in the episode. But otherwise, it's all just great. Like you can still make 15% promoting other people's stuff on Zazzle. So anybody who's on Zazzle and selling something, you can promote any of those products. You can promote your own. With the ones that you're promoting that are not yours, you can make 15%. And when you promote your own, you make 35%. You can't lose. It's awesome.
So we want to cover some key points in this podcast episode, and that is what to do and what to look out for, because there are some things that you need to know about the new Promoter Program 2.0 to make sure that you're doing it properly and efficiently so that you earn the 3.5 times the money that you would if you were to just do it by selling and earning a royalty, or if you use the old Promoter Program or the affiliate program. Yes. So what to do, we're going to talk about how to sign up for the Promoter Program 2.0. We're going to talk about why you need to have a Pinterest account. We're going to talk about how to set up the referral code or the referral link. And we're going to talk about what to watch out for, which is to promote other people's products. We need to make sure that you're doing it properly, not just your own products, other designers' products. You need to have a special link. And then also you need to look out for old Pinterest pins that you created previous to signing up for the Promoter Program 2.0, because you need to change the link in order to get that 35% referral.
Exactly. So let's dive in.
Yeah. So the first thing we want to talk about is how to sign up for the Promoter Program 2.0. And there's an amazing blog post that we have on elkeclark.com that you can read that breaks everything down for you in terms of what you need to know for the Promoter Program 2.0. But basically, you need to send an email to one of the associates on Zazzle, someone who works at Zazzle, to ask if you can be accepted into the Promoter Program. Not everybody is accepted right away. And you also need to have an active store. Your store needs to be fully open, and you have to have products in there, and you have to have a good presence so that a member at Zazzle accepts your Promoter Program application. But it's not very hard. It's not a very hard process. It's just basically, are you active on Zazzle and are you willing to promote your products?
Exactly. Because Zazzle wants traffic to come to its site. And so this is an incentive, obviously. Now, how you sign up. Yes, this blog post that we're talking about, even though we're on the podcast here, we're going to put the link in the show notes and wherever this is on like YouTube, wherever we're posting this. And we're going to make sure that you get access to that because it truly is like a long blog post, but it's like the manual for the promoter program. It explains everything, shows you charts of how you set up your links and all that stuff. And you definitely want to go and look at that. Make sure you get all the details because we're not going to be able to show you that and talk about that here in the podcast. However, the essence of everything is that if you're promoting anything on the Zazzle marketplace where it has to do with your real estate, and I call it real estate because wherever you've got something on the platform that belongs to you, like a product that's on a page, anything to do with your store or a collection, a category, if you're driving external traffic to one of those locations on the Zazzle platform using your promoter link, which is actually kind of wild because there is no like additional code at the end. So it's really nice. It doesn't look like it is an affiliate link. It's just driving traffic to the link. So even that is really cool because the customer doesn't think you're, salesy or anything like that, which is awesome. But that would give you 35%. Okay. Then if you actually add your referral code to the end and you drive traffic to someone else's products or any like from the external source to bringing people into someone else's real estate on Zazzle, not your own, with the correct link, you're going to make 15%. And even those old codes that you have on Pinterest, and we'll get to that after, they still will get you 15%, but you want that 35, don't you? And so that would be the way to go about having to look at that article to really check in to make sure you're doing those codes properly. And the signing up part is, as Jen said, really easy to do. There's an email right in the blog post that you can use. Like it tells you exactly who to send it to. They know who we are because we are very high level up in the Zazzle design world. And so if you need even if they give you sort of say, well, sorry, this isn't for you right now. You say, well, guess what? I learned about this through Elke and Jen. And would you consider me again? What do I need to be doing in order to get accepted? And so far, that's been quite a seamless acceptance. So you can get started as soon as possible. You don't even need to really know how to promote or even have any big social media following. You know why? Because you can just even give the link or tell someone, you don't even need to give them a link. Just say, go to and say the URL for your store. And as long as they've come to something externally without any other cookies attached, and then they come to some place in the Zazzle marketplace or on the Zazzle platform that belongs to you, then they have the cookie attached to their computer. And for how many days, I've forgotten, but it's in the article as well. It's a nice and long number. And then if they buy something, then you get 35% if it's yours. So that's what we want to say about that. The way that we recommend that you promote is through Pinterest. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, sure. Pinterest is a really great social media, quote unquote, social media platform because it is more like a search engine rather than anything else. All of the other social media platforms out there right now, like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, they're all very real time and you need to keep on constantly updating your content to engage your audience and always, create that movement and motion of engagement. But Pinterest is a completely different social media platform because once you pin something, it's there basically forever as long as the Pinterest platform exists. And it's a search engine based platform. So that's where people can go in and search for inspiration or search for a type of product. And it's a certain type of customer too who goes to Pinterest. They're looking for things. They're looking for inspiration. They're looking to buy things. And the percentage of people who go onto Pinterest who buy is extremely high. So that's why we recommend Pinterest because first of all, it's extremely passive. All you need to do is pin your pins and then let them kind of sit there and work their magic. And also it's a search engine based. So you don't have to constantly be updating your pins to actually be relevant. You just need to have the good content so that people can search you. So we recommend having the Pinterest account so that you can promote your Zazzle products. So it's easy for you because it is part of our 3-pillar framework for our business, which is perceivable, passive, and profitable. It's part of the passive aspect of it where you don't have to really do too much. You have to obviously work and put in the smart work. But then later on going forward, I sell things from some of the pins that I created years ago and it still works. So if you don't have a Pinterest account yet, then you definitely do want to sign up for one. And we recommend to all of our students to get a business Pinterest account. So when you sign up, all you have to do is go into your account settings and say switch to a business account, because this will give you more business related analytics. You'll be able to dive deep into what's going on into your Zazzle pins and your Zazzle store, like how they're linked up and everything, and to see your customers and how many click-throughs and how many link clicks, etc. And all of those stats are really important when you're pinning your pins so that you know if things are working or not. Then, so like, as I said, the Pinterest is the easiest thing for a social media platform. And the best thing is that Zazzle actually is integrated with Pinterest, so that on the Zazzle platform, when you're on a collection or a product or any type of link, you can actually click the pin button that's available to you on the Zazzle page, and it's integrated with your Zazzle account. You just have to you have to sign in, obviously, and integrate it. But then as soon as you click the button that says pin it, then your product will be pinned to Pinterest directly.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's so easy. Right?
Yeah, makes it super easy. And so, I mean, there are other social media platforms that you can use, like Facebook and Twitter and even email. Those links are provided to you on the Zazzle page too, where they have little buttons. But the Pinterest one is the most exciting for us because it's the easiest one. And actually, this is the one that we've seen the most results into, where we realize that the sale and the referral that we've earned has actually come from Pinterest and has come from those efforts of us pinning. And so many of our students too have seen amazing success with Pinterest and creating pins from Zazzle.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And basically, as soon as you post a product for sale, you can just, as soon as you get it and like check that URL out, see how everything looks as you're finishing the posting product for sale process, then all of a sudden just go down to the bottom, click the little pin button, and you're done. And so just make it part of the habit of doing, when you're posting a product for sale, just pin it right away.
Have you heard about our Creative and Ambitious Entrepreneur Facebook group yet?
Are you a Zazzle designer who is struggling to find a community where you'll receive training, content, and be able to connect with like-minded creatives who also want to crush it on Zazzle? Then the Creative and Ambitious Entrepreneur Facebook group is perfect for you.
Joining is easy. Click the link in the show notes and we will see you on the inside. Now let's get back to the show. So the next point that we want to cover is how to set up the referral link. And so this is actually super easy, because if you're part of the Zazzle Promoter Program 2.0, you don't necessarily need to set up a link, quote unquote, because your link is basically the link in the URL. You can click on, if like any tech savvy people know how to grab the HTML code or anything from the Zazzle product, you can click the little link icon underneath the product image, and that will give you the link, the URL. It will give you the HTML and some other coding that you can embed into your blog or website. But the link, usually, like previously, if before the Zazzle Promoter Program 2.0, actually had a whole bunch of crazy code attached to it and then your affiliate ID number. And now, if you're part of the Promoter Program 2.0, it's literally just the URL link. You can see this the same as when you go into your product page or your collection page. It's the exact same link as what it would be in the URL.
At one point, I thought that meant that there's something wrong, but it really isn't. It's truly the way that this works now.
Yeah.
And I'm getting, and so is Jen, getting way more referrals now that we're part of the Promoter Program 2.0, even though we're doing the same amount of promotion. So it pays to be in this 2.0 promoter program.
Definitely. Yeah, we're getting 35% instead of the 15% that we previously got.
But I'm just getting more referrals too, right? Like you too, are you getting more referrals?
You mean the quantity? Yes.
Yeah, the quantity as well, which is really awesome. So even though it sounds weird because there's no code attached to the end, we as affiliates always think, oh, where's the code? But they're using a different way to lock in what customer belongs to you when the customer comes to the Zazzle platform. And so that makes it so much easier, because that way you don't have to worry about code. And also you can do a verbal thing, or you can just message someone, say, hey, just go to the store link, just type in this, and you still get the referral. And even friends of friends can refer you even without having to set up a link. They can just tell people to go to a certain store link, and then you get the 35% because it's word of mouth. It's the best thing going.
Yeah. And just to clarify that point, you can give your link to somebody else and they will promote it for you, and you will still get that income, because the fact that you're driving external traffic to your site Obviously, if they have some sort of cookie attached to a computer from a previous other designer, then it might conflict. But if someone who has never been on Zazzle before, who hasn't like landed on the Zazzle either product page, home page, or collection page from your store, if you give somebody that link, just like www.zazzle.com/your store name, then you will get the 35% if they've come in from external traffic. So
if they buy something of yours.
If they buy something of yours, yes, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you'd get 35% from that product sale if they bought your product. However, if they buy somebody else's product after coming from your link that you've given them specifically, you don't get anything.
That's the only disadvantage.
Yeah.
So it means that if you strategically set up your links so that if you are promoting your really popular products that sell a lot and that you have a higher chance of actually selling those products, that's where you use your program 2.0 link structure. But then if it's something that you may think, well, even if I'm driving traffic, but mine won't be the product that they'll buy, they might buy someone else's, then you can still add the link structure the old way and still make 15% whether they buy yours or they buy someone else's. And so that's really cool. That's why there's no downside to the promoter program 2.0.
Yeah. So that kind of segues us really well into the what to watch out for. Because as you said, there's no real downside, but you do need to watch out for some things because you need to set up things properly to make sure that you're earning that money. So the first one is exactly the promoting of other designers' products. You can still do this, but you need to make sure that you go into your account settings and the associate center to grab your affiliate ID code, which most of us know to be the weird code at the end, which said RF equals, and then a really long number. That's your unique affiliate ID number. No one else except you has that number. And when that's attached to a link, that means that you get the 15% no matter what you sell. So if it's your own products or anybody else's who is a designer on Zazzle, or even all of like the makers and brand name like Disney and Star Wars, and if you sell those, then you can still earn the 15%. Is what I'm saying is that like no matter what you sell on Zazzle, if you have your affiliate ID number attached to it, you will get the 15%. However, with the new program, it's really easy to just click that pin button underneath our products and then click the share button and then feel like everything is all good, that we don't actually have to have any ID number attached to it, because we can get into a rhythm where we're just like, oh yeah, we can send this link out to everybody. But a lot of Zazzle designers and some of their students even have forgotten that they need to actually manually add their ID code or the ID number to the product URL when they're promoting other people's designs. So we've had some students who have just gone in and started to click that pin button underneath other designers' products, pinning to their boards, but have forgotten that because they're part of the new program, no matter what link you promote, their ID has been stripped. So even if you go into somebody else's product and you click on that link button and you see the pop-up, which gives you the HTML to embed and everything, it doesn't have your ID number attached to it.
So you have to add
them. That's where the confusion is, because before we were easily able to just go and click the pin button on everybody's products or even yours and not worry about it. But now for other people's designs, you need to make sure that you're manually adding your ID number to the end of the URL.
Yes. And so there comes, when we're talking about Pinterest, then that means that there's a little bit more work to be done to promote other people's products on from the Zazzle Marketplace on Pinterest onto your boards. And that means that you have to do what's called manual pins rather than just like the automatic click-through pins with the little button on the Zazzle product page where you can just go click pin. And you can't do that with other people's products and be able to be rewarded for it because you're literally not putting the code on properly when you're pinning with that little red pin button to like have it associated with your action of promoting it.
Yeah.
And what happens now is that there's this distinction between the manual and the click through pins that are just done automatically or not through an automated system like the pin button from Zazzle. So now, because if you're big on promoting other people's products on Zazzle and you want to make 15%, you have to do all those pins manually if you're signed up for the Promoter Program 2.0. If you're not signed up for the Promoter Program 2.0 and the main amount of your money from your referrals does come from referring other people's products, then probably the Promoter Program 2.0 isn't for you. So that's the only time that it's not for you. But otherwise, there are no disadvantages whatsoever. And it's wonderful because you can make 15%, you can make 35%, depending on what your product is that you're promoting and how you're driving that traffic back to Zazzle and the way you've got your links set up.
Yeah, I just want to put one more point to that because when you mentioned manual pins, I'm going to explain what that is. So for anyone who's doing crazy affiliate marketing, like Elke mentioned, you probably don't want to be part of the affiliate program the Promoter Program 2.0 because that means that you're promoting a lot of other designers' links and there's like thousands of links out there. For anyone who is doing that, if you decide to change over to the Promoter Program 2.0, that means you would have to manually pin the pin, which Elke mentioned, which means you have to save a photo or screenshot a photo of the product. Then you have to grab that link. You have to add your referral ID number to it. Then you have to go to Pinterest and say manually upload pin or create pin. You have to upload your photo, add the link, add a description, add a title, and then click save. So that's a lot of work for a pin, right? And so if you as a Zazzle designer are doing one-offs and you want to share popular products that are in the Zazzle marketplace, but you're promoting other designers in a limited fashion, then that's fine. But if you're a huge affiliate marketer and you're pinning thousands and thousands of links throughout the year, this is probably not for you. So I just wanted to say that in terms of the manual pins, that's what the action steps are to actually do that if you're part of the promoter program. And you probably don't want to do that. So there's the only spot where we have had people take a bit of caution before they apply for the program because it might just not be for you if you are a huge affiliate marketer. The other thing, or the last point we actually want to cover now in terms of what to do and what to watch out for is that if you were previously part of the old program, the affiliate program, and you pinned links, let's say, and you do have your ID number attached to it, you might want to go in and repin your pins now, even the old pins that you had, like the same products, with the new link that does not have your ID attached to it, because it means that you're going to get 35% if someone clicks on your new pin.
Yeah, rather than 15%.
Rather than 15 than the old one.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't
there's
delete.
No downside, but you can still get more money for the same pin effort.
Yeah. No, there's no downside. And I wouldn't delete the old pin because it's still working for you. But I would go in and if you do have a pin that is working and you see that it's a popular product or it might have the potential to sell, then I would go in and pin the new pin with the new URL, which actually has nothing attached to it in terms of the code, just because then you have the option to earn 35% on your referral if you sell that product.
And those referrals really add up, especially Jen and I set our product royalty at about 10%, depending on, for like 90% of our products. And so that plus the 10%, there's a bit of a clawback fee, but it comes to like 32 or 33%. So really just like being stickly about like the amount, but really you're making almost like 45%, which is awesome on one product. So that just a game changer for anyone who thought maybe that they weren't getting the money back in terms of their efforts for promotion. Now this, if you have really great products that you sell a lot, then you are definitely going to win in this situation when you choose to go with the Zazzle Promoter Program 2.0.
Yeah. So just to recap what we talked about on how to 3.5 times your income on Zazzle through referrals. We spoke about how to sign up for the Promoter Program 2.0. We talked about how you have to have a Pinterest account and you should get one if you don't have one. We talked about how to actually set up the links properly and make sure you're grabbing the right link. Then we spoke about that you need to watch out for promoting other designers' products on Zazzle using the new promoter program. And then also watch out for all of the old pins that you've created previous to joining the Promoter Program 2.0 and then repin them again just so that you can earn that 35% referral rate if you sell those products.
So this is your mission now. Go out and decide what you want to do, decide which program is the best for you, and then switch over to the 2.0 program if that's what works for you and you think that this is going to be a game changer so that you can increase your income by 3.5% every time you make a sale.
Yeah. So thank you so much for listening to this week.
3.5 times, not percent.
Yeah, I didn't catch that. 3.5 times. 3.5 times your income with referrals.
I said the percentage by accident.
So thank you so much for listening and watching this episode of the Creative and Ambitious Entrepreneur Podcast, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to The Creative and Ambitious Entrepreneur with Jen and Elke Clark.
We hope this episode has given you actionable steps to start and scale your Zazzle business so that you can have the passive online income to have location and time freedom to live your dream life.
If you've enjoyed this episode, please take a minute to subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. Each review helps us reach more creative entrepreneurs like you working to create a profitable e-commerce business.
And don't forget to take a screenshot and share it on your Instagram stories and tag us at Miss Jen Clark and at Elke Clark. We'd love to hear your biggest takeaways from today's episode. See you back here next week.